Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever, 'cause I'm up for anything like that.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
For all that
Valentines.
celebrate.
Or Galentines.
Yeah, or Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Whatever one you celebrate this year.
Do you know
what are you
what?
celebrating?
Steak and blowjob day. Did you know that was a thing?
No. What the fuck
So
is that?
there's Galentines, there's Valentines, and then apparently 15th of February, the day after Valentine's, is steak and blowjob day. So
So what,
Valentine's,
you get a steak and you give a blowjob on steak and blowjob day
you give a steak and a blowjob at the
at the same time? Steak in your mouth.
you sit down and eat that, and I'll go down and eat that. No, but apparently on the 15th of February, like Valentine's on the 14th is for like the boys to do stuff for the girls, and then have you never heard of this?
No.
Steak and blowjob
Different
day.
generations.
I mean, it's not. I don't practice it. I will say. So
She does.
a good job Stuart doesn't watch this. I need to be like rubbing his hands together, like, oh, lovely.
Oh, this is actually coming out on Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've not actually been asked to be a Valentine yet. Do you wait till fucking Valentine's Day? Because I'm still waiting if it's before.
Do you ask somebody to be your Valentine?
Well, I seen it all over TikTok and I'm like, what's going
That's
on?
actually so true. Stuart's not asked me to be his Valentine.
No, but Ewan actually, I said to you, and I was like, well, when are you going to ask? He went, if you didn't for Valentine's Day, and I thought, be a man. What, like, are we?
Aren't you supposed to be like a man?
And I'm like, I'm not even your Valentine. Do not ask me. And he went, obviously, you're my fucking Valentine. You've been my birth for 7 years.
Well, if you've not consented,
I know, I'm
Like,
not consenting.
consent is
Important.
very important. Ewan.
So I don't.
I am man. You my Valentine.
I don't think Ewan listens anymore.
Stuart definitely doesn't.
But yeah, so yeah, I could potentially go on Valentine's this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We're having like a
this is our Valentine's Day today.
yeah, exactly. This is our
And we had a Valentine's Day car.
oh yeah. So and then obviously everything in Jade's life, as you found out last week, has been falling apart
actually
bit by
carnage.
bit.
So my car was next.
The car it comes in threes.
Yeah.
So-
So cat died, had to
Become homeless.
vacate my house, and now my car's, to be fair, it is only an Emotina service. It's not like fell apart, but
No, I'm going to expose you. So she got her stepmom's mum's car.
sorry to interrupt.
What?
Look at that.
The bobble.
It's fucking criminal. Sorry, carry on.
So she got her stepmom's mum's car today, and we were excited about it because it's a wee Fiat 500. That's what Jade used to drive.
And it's
so
a
it's
red
like
one?
nostalgia, and it's red. So I was like, oh, look at her wee Valentine's Day ride,
card.
right? So she picks me up. I open the passenger door, and I'm like, oh, it's all red inside. And then I noticed that like the front, like the seat seems to be like stained.
This is my blonde moment.
So I was like looking at it and I'm thinking, is that a stain? And just to be safe, I put my hand on it because also this is Jade. And there happens to be a bottle of water sitting on it. So I'm like, surely not. Like, because I know that she's picked this car up approximately 20 minutes before she's got to me. And I put my hand on the passenger seat and it is soaked. So she's picked this car up, got a bottle of water, not put the thing on, put it on the passenger seat, and she's picked me up and the car seat is literally drenched.
See, that is a blonde moment. I mean, if we actually had, because I know that was one of our segments, and still, like, I feel like we actually keep up with it, even though we're not saying it's a segment.
Yeah.
Like, if you had any blonde moments recently, I'm trying to think for you.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I have them and I probably don't even realise I'm having them, in the sense of like, I'll probably tell you like 100 things a day, but then I don't remember to actually say it on here, which is annoying. I know. I need to start documenting our lives better.
It was, so my car's in, and then I didn't literally realise. I literally took it to the garage myself and said, like,
oh, Uncle Sean?
Oh, sorry. Hello? Hi, I'm actually live on the podcast, so I'm a bit busy. Yes.
Okay, that's twice I've done that to you.
Yeah, you have. No worries, I'll give you 4 minutes finished.
Okay, love you.
Love you, bye.
He loves it. He knows exactly when we do the podcast, just so that you all remember me, you know.
He'll be asking me about Louise's car. But anyway, Louise's mum's car. So I actually handed it in myself and said, like, Monday will work, off a Monday, can drive it in the morning, sorted, off the full day. And then literally realised at the weekend, I was, oh my God, we've got the podcast, we need to drive here, which it's like 40 minutes, by the way.
And then we tried to insure her on my car, but we couldn't get her insured because you have to be over 25. So that was a absolute scam. How long did we sit going through? I
pulled over
literally ages trying to get her added onto my insurance, like all these questions, and all for it to be like, no, she needs to be over 25. So that's annoying.
So that was annoying. So, but Louise's mum, thank you if you're listening. I don't think she would listen, but if you do,
if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Thank
just for
you,
everything.
I know Louise will be watching. So Louise,
thanks, Lou.
Thanks, Lou, and thanks to your lovely mum, Anne. Appreciated.
Shout out to Anne.
So, but yeah, it really fitted in with the theme today, the Valentine's theme.
Although somebody that isn't fitting in with the theme, I did mention last week that I was going full hearts in Valentine's vibes, and she's sitting there like she's away at a sports funeral.
I know. Well, actually,
okay, I'll give it to her.
We've got red shoes on.
Red shoes. She's got a splash of Valentine's. I got Valentine's nails as well this week.
I was the reason we're on time today is because I didn't go get my info, but I'm going to go after this. I want to talk Love Island again.
Yes,
I do.
This is going to be it until it finishes now, isn't it?
So, right, because do you know what there's controversy on, like, whether look at, like, in Sammy and Grace. I love Luca and Grace, but it's undeniable their chemistry.
I was saying this to my mum because my mum was like, oh, she's got nothing on Grace. And incidentally, I thought Sammy was beautiful.
Oh, she's beautiful.
I thought she was gorgeous. But I'm rooting for Grace and Luca. But
so am I.
That did make me think that they're maybe not as strong as what we thought. Because
I just don't think Luca is being fully truthful. He's not because he's too scared because he knows Grace will tear him a new one.
Yeah, see, at the end of the day, and I also think because of his experience last time and the hate that he got, he'll be so aware. He'll be so hyper focused on how he's coming across and everything.
No, 100%.
Which I think shows even just in the sense that sometimes you see him and he's pure deep in it or he's getting upset and stuff. And I think that's because
so
he's
emotional
overthinking everything.
But even like, see when Grace was upset and he was like rubbing her shoulder.
I do think all of that was...
he could have said like don't worry, like I'll sleep down thingy. Like I don't feel like he gave her much. Obviously he did.
I do feel like he was really genuine in the sense of like, I do think that he does have feelings for Grace. I don't think he's faking that. But I do think that he wasn't being fully honest when he said obviously that's his type and all that, but at the end of the day, if there was nothing there and everything with Grace is he see it as like that's his future girlfriend, wife, his kids, all of that, like that's all he sees his future with. Why kiss Sammy at all?
Yeah, I know.
That's on him.
Strange. And
that is on him.
I do think though that
and I did feel bad for Sammy because she was getting the brunt. She went in. She said, "I'm in for him," but ultimately she had one conversation with him and then he kissed her and then she's upstairs crying when they go. I did feel bad for Grace, her. And I love Grace. I love her.
Same. See, Grace is the type of, see the way that you would tell your pals to deal with a situation with a boy and you just wouldn't, but that's the way that you should.
She's a class act. She is a class act.
And it's a great example for younger girls to see like that. She knows her worth.
Because I had seen a few people online being like, oh, I hated how she spoke to him, like,
but
I was like,
getting filmed.
I'm not being funny, but like, show me a girl who would not react. Like, I felt like she did not want to discuss it in front of the group and she was like, shut the fuck up, shut your fucking mouth, because we're not discussing.
But also it was like a fucking puppy dog though, like,
exactly, you've just done it, so get fucked up. No, literally, I'd be throwing hands. Like she is like, for what, very graceful Grace, but that is like just the way she carries herself. She is like very classy.
When Grace told him like, we'll go over to Sammy now and tell her, and he went over and he said it and she went, I've had one conversation with you, I wanted to die.
No, exactly, because it's embarrassing. I won't lie, like, see when they were in the dressing room and she was like, do you want me to walk you over there? You want to go? Do you want me to take you? I was cringing. I was a bit like, Grace, it's not fair because he cannot go against you, so don't do it to him. Like, literally, this is not an equal match. No. Like, so just maybe like turn it down a notch. Yeah. And all the girls as well in the background. I was like, oh, do you know what it is? I kind of see Luca. I think of Luca and I think of like brother. I think of Aaron. I do. I think of Aaron because like they're probably around the same age. Maybe Luca's older actually. But Aaron's like, what, 22? And I just do see, like, that's how he is. He's like, and Aaron's so loving, but he is cheeky, and he is obviously at that age where he's probably not like 100% like
loyal.
Like not loyal, but I feel like he would make mistakes, but he's not bad. He's not a bad boy. So
He's not a bad boy.
I know, but do you know what I mean? I think that we look at, it's like, you can tell he's not a bad boy. Do you know what I mean? He's not. He's just obviously young and
silly.
But I do think that when I watch, like, sometimes when I watch like them going in on Luca, and I just think of Aaron, and I'm like, oh, and I know he's got an older sister that watches Claudia, is it?
Yeah.
And I feel like she'd be watching it being like, and that's how I would be.
I know.
Aaron used to always, did I ever say that? Aaron used to be like, my dream is to go on Love Island. Aaron, I don't know if you watch these, he watches the clips. I know he watches the clips, but he literally used to, no, but when he was younger, I'm talking when he was like 15, 16 when it first came on, he'd be like, I'm going to get ripped and I'm going to go on Love Island. And I'm like, what? Well, do you know what I mean? What a dream. That's your future. Like,
what, do you know, what was I going to say there? Bring on movie night. Like, do you know what clip I need them to show is Ekin doing that with Thingy? That pissed me off.
I mean, she knows about it, but I don't think he explained just how bad that
the whole
looked.
time.
Not even Ekin, Gabby, all the girls.
All
of the girls, pure Thingy and Sammy
like
on.
Snakes everywhere.
I want that clip as well.
I can't remember if I said this last time, but Ekin Sue, I think she's fucking great TV, right?
She's carrying the show on her back.
No, literally.
ITV need to book her in for a year's worth of massages because this girl is drama.
But that thing with Sammy pissed me off because not only, fair enough, right, feeling like they need to have the chat because they kiss on that, I totally agree. But the doing that behind Grace's back and just being like, oh, move, and she done it so much to the point where it was making Luca awkward. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I agree. I understand the perspective of like what she was trying to achieve because she's obviously seen it. Like I do believe that she does care for Luca, and I think she's seen it from he's too chicken shit to do it, so I'm going to give him his chance. But it's no fair.
I loved it when Luca pied her though and said for that. I thought too right.
See when she fell. Literally. Oh, and then do you know what I loved, and obviously we've got a lot of comments on TikTok. You guys are not loving Elma. I'm sorry. I love Elma. I will die in this hill that there's no Elma slander here.
No,
this is a girl who stands on business. She says it with her chest. And somebody commented, I don't know where the love's come from, she's a loudmouth. And I was actually wanting to comment back in TikTok, be like, well, we're loudmouths. Yeah, that's why we like her, because that's exactly that's what we're like. We say exactly what we think, we stand by what we say. Yeah, and people might disagree, but I love seeing that. I love seeing that in somebody else because that's brave.
I don't agree with how she handled the Scott situation, but in even the Curtis situation, I agreed with that. I thought I loved when Curtis took her over, and you could tell he was pure trying to undermine her and trying to be like that. It was almost like he was talking to her like a dad would and I loved how she was like, don't mug me off, Curtis. I won't have it.
I'm not having it. Not having it. I was just like, tell him. He is actually such a wet lettuce, that boy. No, can you please show them your impression of Curtis kissing through his teeth? Because I was trying to tell my mum this, right? Actually just show my mum. See, when I was trying to do this impression of what Jade done on the phone, this is you need to do it. This is hysterical.
He done this to Ekin too. And
can we make sure that is zoomed in on her for that bit, because that is gold. Because she showed me that on FaceTime and I was like, I felt like I was watching Curtis Pritchard. They're like, mortified.
But it's coming away from a kiss when your eyes open, it's given beast.
Do you know beast? The beast. It's a beast. Beast.
Do we need to tell them?
I was just about to say.
So we were going to pick up Austin from nursery,
this is so fucked up. I cannot believe that we are the adults. We're going to tell this story and people are going to be like, you have two children. We are the adults of this generation. That's embarrassing.
We were going to pick up, so we were meeting John, my cousin, Laurie's brother, at the nursery. So he was standing outside, and Lorri said she was like, he's literally standing outside. He probably So we were heading to pick up Austin from nursery, and John was coming back to my house. So I had said, just meet us at the nursery because we're going to be there. And John had phoned
like 10 minutes before we'd said to meet him, and he's like, where are you? And I was like, where are you? And he's like, I'm here. And I was like, well, we're not going to be there for another 10 minutes. But then I was like, where are you standing? Right? And he's like, just at the gate. And I was like, John, maybe like move away. I said, because like you're a random guy by himself standing outside of a school. I was like, that's maybe like not the look. Especially considering like he's obviously his nephew's in there, but the women aren't all going to know him if they look out the window and see this fucking weirdo standing peering through the gate.
So I put on a special song and serenaded him. We put on that. Have you seen Jade Jackson on TikTok? And it's like, Craig is a beast, beast, beast. So we had that blasting with the windows
We
down.
literally like
And we're
rolled
saying
up
John
to the
is a beast, beast,
roll.
beast.
Can I just say none of the other parents were there because we were still early, thankfully, but it was funny.
I would have
Like-
still done it.
She would have literally. Oh.
But yeah. And do you know what? I've just remembered we were on FaceTime and you've said, do you know what my dad's texting me after that? Like, did you get insurance? Yes, obviously.
No, we were just driving about.
So we
Uninsured.
spoke about something and we said, save it for the pod. And I'm sure I wrote it down.
Oh, I don't.
Oh,
ever.
chat GLB.
Yeah,
So
I like that from you. That was good from you.
Me and Lorri, so I'm currently sorting out like the logistics behind doing this training academy / lab learn, right? Which is basically got to like do pricing, and I needed Lorri's help because I just can't do these sort of things. So we were doing it together, and then I was writing like a wee disclaimer at the bottom of the price list, and I text Lorri. We discussed all the prices, so she knew what the disclaimer was, but I just physically couldn't put it into words. So I text her saying, hi Lorri, see what we were talking about earlier about the disclaimer, that is literally what I said on our voice note, can you put that into a paragraph for me? And then she sent it within literally 2 seconds, and I just copy and pasted it, put it in, and then I said, you're mad, what did I say?
No. So I think
It's
you were
like
with
my
you were
personal
with
chat.
somebody,
Yeah,
and they
I
were
was.
like, "How quick was that?" That
I
was
know.
like ChatGPT.
I know.
And then she was like, "No, it's ChatGLB," because obviously my initials are LB.
So
But it's so funny because you were like, "That was so quick." But I was watching Love Island at the time, so I actually felt like
Wasn't
it
even
wasn't
quick.
quick. But I think. We kind of have this like all the time.
yeah,
where it's
I
like
just
any.
I don't know if it is a thing, because it's not dyslexic.
No, it's not
But
at
I
all.
can't-
It's
I
not
can't
at all.
word things.
But do you know what? I
correctly.
think that is just because you've not had experience of having to do that regularly.
Yeah.
Like I've like specifically the kind of job I had before having the boys, like there was a
Yeah.
lot of kind of like paperwork /
Admin and
HR
emails
admin,
and- yeah.
a lot of kind of logistics sort of training manuals, all that sort of stuff that I would have to words.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something that comes naturally. I mean, even
Yeah.
before that, I feel like I've always been like, I was going to do English in uni before I decided to go and do business and marketing. That was a fucking cop out. But like, I have always been good with words.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, but this is the thing, like she'll always kind of put herself down and she's like, oh, I just can't do that. But she can, she'll
flabby.
say to me exactly what she wants to say. It's just putting it across in a way that
And
reads
words,
professionally
yeah.
and that reads like easily.
I mean, ChatGPT is brilliant for that, because I'll write out my thoughts and feelings into what I'm trying to say, and then just send it in there and say, make this better.
Yeah, see, when we were in Edinburgh at Christmas time with the mums and Liam, and neither of our mums had ever heard of ChatGPT, so we were like putting into ChatGPT, write us a rap about, and then putting all of our names.
That was so
and like
funny.
our mums were literally pissing their pants.
Yeah.
Like they just thought this was the funniest thing, the
it's
best
just
thing
mental.
ever.
But
Like,
I'm like, see people that
AI.
are like, see any of you that are listening or watching, and if you go to uni or college, how are you not using it? I would ChatGPT my way through a uni course, through a degree.
I think because they check it for
I
plagiarism.
know,
and all
but
that.
like there's even websites that like unplagiarize, like as in makes it not AI traceable.
We're not encouraging you guys not to earn
No.
your own degree. Just like disclaimer.
Yeah, so it's mad.
I know there's so many ways now that you could just
can-
get by. But then I suppose where that doesn't help you is you're still going to have to go into a hall and sit an exam. So if you're doing that all
Yeah.
the way through your uni career, then you're going to be fucked by the time the
Yeah,
final
that's
exam runs
true.
round, because you don't have ChatGPT
See-
built into your hand. That'd be good.
I know, imagine a pen, ChatGPT pen, make this better. Just letting
Right.
your hand go. Right. can we talk about, speaking on Valentines, first, if you get any Valentines, like memories or stories that are funny?
Not really. I'm going to sound like so kind of anti for the girls here, but I'm not really a big Valentine's Day kind of gal, in the sense of me and Stuart don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. Like, we'll get each other a card.
Just taking a blowjob.
Steak and blowjob day. But no, like, I celebrate Valentine's Day in my own way. I get Valentine's nails every year. I wear something really cute on Valentine's Day. I'll usually bake something.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have a nice, it's very much Galentine's for myself. Like, I am my own Valentine.
Yeah.
But I've never, like, my mum, like, honestly, something that I always think about Valentine's Day is my mum always got us cards, and
so
we
did
would
my
come
mum.
downstairs and they'd be through the, like, they'd be sitting at the letterbox as if somebody's
Secret
posted
admirer.
them. Yep, with all the rhymes, like every single rhyme you could think of.
Roses are red.
And one thing I will say for Stuart is, as much as we don't celebrate Valentine's Day,
You'll get your card.
he gets me a card, but Stuart makes up his own poems. And
Bless him.
honestly, I wish I had some. In fact, I might actually check to see if I've sent photos to my mum over the
Check.
last few, because they're off their nut, like, but so funny.
Right.
Sorry guys, that was an absolute fail. I literally I spent 5 minutes there, like, which we've cut out, looking through my phone, and I can't find any evidence, so call me a liar.
But we've just
do you know
also
what? I'll bring it next week.
yeah, what, the one you get?
The one that I get on Friday, I'll just tell him the pressure's on. No, in fact, I won't tell him, because that'll be better. Yeah.
So, because then he'll hold back.
Exactly.
So we also, our producer was telling us there that there's actually a way on ChatGPT where you can send your Instagram and then you ask them to roast it. So we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like you take basically a screenshot of your Insta page,
Roast my Instagram.
send it to ChatGPT, roast my Instagram.
Okay, they're just loading.
I'm so excited. Did you do yours?
I'm just about to. Ready?
Can I read that to you? And you can read mine.
I've not seen it yet.
Oh, it's taking it. Okay. All right, let's get into it. First of all, 739 posts. Girl, do you even delete anything, or are we just hoarding content like it's 2014? Your followers probably feel like they've known you for multiple lifetimes. Your bio says digital creator, but let's be real, you're just really good at looking hot in different locations. One pic you're sipping wine like a classy queen, the next you're in a hoodie pretending to be relatable. Pick a struggle. The podcast promo pics are giving, I have opinions and you're going to hear them whether you like it or not. Meanwhile, the lash business tags are screaming, DM me for a fresh set, babe, like you're running the black market of good eyelashes. Now let's talk about the posing consistency. We've got hair flips, peace signs, sipping drinks, and staring into the abyss like you're contemplating life's biggest mistakes. What were you thinking in that wine pic? Should I order another glass or just steal someone else's? And that Christmas train Starbucks pic, I took that. Girl, you're serving. I romanticize my blah blah blah. I romanticize my life like I'm the main character, but we all know that train probably smelled like coffee and disappointment. Overall, 10 out of 10 for the aesthetic.
You're going to say the train smells like coffee.
10 out of 10 for the aesthetic, 12 out of 10 for being unapologetically blonde, and 100 out of 10 for making sure we all know how you love a good outfit, a good drink, and a good debate. Keep serving, but maybe delete at least 10 of those 739 posts for my sanity. Oh, your mum.
FaceTiming.
Oh, she's just disappeared again.
That
is good.
That
Oh
is
my
funny.
God.
What was I going to say there? Not it's saying being unapologetically blonde, very on brand.
I know, literally.
Right, your
the
turn.
podcast promo.
Rose
I actually have more podcast stuff on
I don't know
mine,
whether
so-
to do. I don't know whether to do your TikTok. Think that would be better.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do it. I feel like there'd be more. Do you know what I mean? On your Instagram, there's not.
Yeah, I'm not
I'll
as
try
active
it,
on Insta.
yeah.
And also my kids are on there. I don't want them taking the piss out of my wings. Who's that big-headed, bald-head baby?
Right. Let's see.
I'm excited.
Same.
Oh no, I've been posting about mouth tape a lot recently. It's all going to be fucking mouth tape.
Right, let's see. Rose my TikTok. Okay.
What was that?
Oh no. Upgrade to ChatGPT Plus to patch more size or try again later.
Oh, just do the Instagram then.
No, I think it's any. Hold on. Let me just refresh it, and if not, I'll get ChatGPT Plus. No.
What?
I thought that was $8.99. It's £20 and I've just done it.
Did you upgrade?
Yeah.
Jade.
£20 I've just spent on that. It's better be fucking good.
Oh my
Right,
God.
guys, I've just accidentally spent £20 updating that fucking app.
She's just spent £20 so a robot would roast me. Like, literally.
So it better be fucking worth it.
You could have given me 20 quid and I'd have roasted myself.
It's still saying the same thing. I'm like, babe, I just paid 20 quid.
Babe, sort your life out.
Let's not. Right. Maybe I'll refresh it.
100 years later.
Okay, it's working. Right. Roast.
This
my
better be worth it.
TikTok page. Okay.
You got it?
She's loading.
She's loading. So this is my TikTok. Oh my God, she's literally howling already.
All right.
Don't you sound so excited about it?
All right. Time for a roast. Number 1, slow cooker obsession. Girl, are you legally married to your slow cooker at this point? I'm half expecting your next post to be slow cooker wedding cake, say I do with me. Number 2, the mouth tape diaries. The fact that you have a series on mouth tape is sending me. Are we training to be mimes or just trying to survive the night without snoring ourselves away?
I knew they would come for the mouth too.
Pin videos got more clout than me. Your pin slow cooker videos are pulling millions while my best post barely gets my mum to hit like. Do I need to start making crock pot videos to be relevant? Yes, you do. 1.1 million views for a taxi ride. What did that driver do? Take you on a scenic tour of the afterlife. Food and chaos. The brand is strong. Vodka pasta, Kinder cookies and butter chicken. It's given I meal plan based on whatever cravings my inner child and my drunk alter ego agree on. Stretchy jeans try on. We get it. You love comfort, but with all the slow cooker meals, those jeans really better stretch.
They're not wrong.
ChatGPT.
I'm actually wearing the viral stretchy jeans right now.
It actually said, we get it, you love comfort, but with all the slow cooker meals, those jeans better really stretch, huh? Dine in, meal deal flex, Tesco's finest, huh? Must be nice to be living that high life. Meanwhile, I'm out here debating if I can survive another night on toast. That
Calm
one
down,
nail post.
ChatGPT. It's not M&S.
Dopamine nails. Because if my life is falling apart, at least my hands will look cute. Final thoughts. You're chaotic, cozy and somehow thriving on slow cooked meals and random life experiments. Honestly, iconic.
Thank you. I don't feel that was a roast actually. I'd put that in like my gravestone.
That was so fun.
That was so good. So yeah, if you want to roast your friends' social media.
I honestly think as well we could take this to another level every week. Just literally a photo or an outfit.
Yeah.
They just slag it.
Maybe we should have like a new segment of ChatGPT, like just sending commentary on our lives. So you're taking a photo of me right now. Just like it's happening from all angles. So something I wanted to talk about, right? Because I had put up a couple of things on Insta about Valentines, Galentines, like what are you celebrating, things like that. Turns out most people are celebrating Valentine's Day this year, which I really thought our followers would be given like a Galentine's flex, but no, that everybody's like loved up.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
one of the things I'd put was tell us like a kind of funny Valentine's story, right? And one of the stories actually made me think of something like like a whole other like it grew arms and legs, and it was basically somebody talking about, I know, literally. So it was somebody talking about their first boyfriend and what they done for Valentine's. So apparently, like, she made her very first boyfriend, she baked him a cake for his Valentine's. I don't know what age, but I'm assuming young. Baked him a cake for his Valentine's Day because obviously they were young and it was not a big deal. But then he bought her earrings, and she was like quite embarrassed because she'd made him this cake, but then apparently he went around and told everybody that all he got was a cake and it was pure shite. Like, and so she was dead embarrassed, and that was like her first experience of like Valentine's Day.
What is
But
it
it
about
made me think of like
being young?
Yeah,
young
literally,
and in
it
love.
made me think of like playgrounds.
No,
Like boyfriend girlfriend
I
stuff.
honestly think about this a lot. See, when you had a boyfriend, even in high school, and I mean early high school, I had a boyfriend for maybe, I don't know, we were kind of on and off, if you will, right? But see when
drama.
See when I say we would actively avoid each other in school. If I see him, I'd be like dart the other way.
Oh, like so. Let's start.
And you would, and no,
Are you okay?
no, I don't think I can. No, I remember I had a conversation with a boy in high school, right? And this is before I'd broke my VL, right? So if you're not
Oh my
Scottish,
god, broke my VL. When was the last time?
I know.
Right, actually, I'm interested, and we're going to make this a clip, right? This is going to be a clip on TikTok. Broke my VL.
yeah,
Is that a Scottish thing? Or like, what was
Yeah.
it? Virgin lips?
virgin lips?
That is,
Yeah.
honestly,
So
that
I-
I've actually just icked myself out saying that.
I hadn't broke my VL yet, and as you can imagine, nerves were high. I was terrified, right?
Nerves were high.
And-
But I just need to interject here. I know we're interrupting each other. Our dads will be going mad. But before you broke your VL, did you tell everybody that you had broke it and it was with like a boy who lived at your cousin's house far away and like you don't know them?
No,
Because I
but
feel
that
like
defo
every
happened.
girl in my year, oh, I've broke my VL, but you don't know him. He lives at my cousin's house.
Yeah. I literally, so I hadn't broke my VL, and whoever I was talking to at this time, right, you know, we had them on the roster back at that day, right? And I remember we literally spoke about, like, we had a conversation on text about we both didn't want to use tongues. Because, and it was like we came to an agreement, like, great, so nobody's going to fire their tongue in.
There's going to be no unexpected tonguage.
And I
A
genuinely,
consensual peck.
like
I've
an
not
open
been
mouth
funny,
peck.
but see, actually, that is quite adorable. And like a boy and a girl just being like, "Can we just please?" Like, we're both terrified.
We're both so scared.
I don't want to get pregnant. Just please don't put your tongue in my mouth.
But yeah, and see, when I had like boyfriends in school, I remember I would actively want to avoid, and even like walking home, I'd be like, oh my fucking god, like he's gonna. It's so funny how when you were young, it was so, and you would I wouldn't want to walk near him. I'd be like, don't speak to me. But then at night would text like, love you, but you wouldn't actually communicate in person.
This is so funny because
Hilarious.
especially because it's like you have like a whole different perspective of that because there was like social media and phones and all that when
Well,
you were in school.
See, when I was like really young, right, back to VLs.
Like my boyfriends had to phone my house phone and speak to my mum or come to my door.
When you had to wind up the fucking internet.
Dial up. Like, she doesn't believe that's a real thing. Like, but no, can we go back to even as young as primary school though, right? Because
Yeah.
I was actually howling by myself thinking about this. Like,
A wee Valentine's card in your tray.
yeah, or we had it so that everybody had to get a Valentine's card because
Yeah.
equality. Like, so even the uggos, do you know what I mean? We're getting Valentine's celebrations.
That's criminal.
Teachers.
So,
I just think you're setting them up for failure because you're giving them like unrealistic expectations. They're going to get Valentine's Days from primary 1 through primary 7. As soon as first year comes, Valentine's Day is no longer celebrated and they want to off themselves. Like, just Valentine's Day is not an equal opportunity holiday. Do you know, are you like genuinely like
oh, fuck
no.
off, Lorri.
so, and you know yourself as well in
Lorri has a piece.
you know yourself as well, like in school you had to put that work in. If you didn't have a boyfriend, then a couple of weeks before Valentine's was due, you were grafting, the work boots were
Yeah.
on. But in primary school, I remember, and it was like literally a different boyfriend every week, and it was a business transaction, right? So you decided that you were going to be each other's boyfriend and girlfriend, and what that entailed, it was all business, right? We stood on business in Bergarin Primary, right? So we decided who was going to be paired up, very much Love Island right vibes, and the business contract consisted of there would be 15 boys in your class. The one boy that you choose to be your boyfriend is the only boy that you are not allowed to speak to at all throughout the day. The only time you're allowed to acknowledge this boy's existence is for the 5 minutes at playtime, when you would stand on the side of the playground and hold hands so that everybody knew you were boyfriend and girlfriend, and then you would go your separate ways. Never to speak. Like that would usually last about a week until one of your friends or one of their friends come over and you're dumped. Okay, and that was obviously that was hard. That was hard times.
That's
but
actually
also,
so funny. Can you tell your pal that I'm dumping him?
Or we like as we got older, it was like dumped. They used to like all like it was quite horrific. But also you kind of always kind of hoped that you'd have a brutal. No, like I remember one of my friends had like an actual like choir sing to her that she was dumped, and I always kind of think like, literally, no, you're dumped and you know you are, you're dumped and you know you. But I was being like the attention-seeking little brat that I was, right? I always really hoped for a really brutal dumping so that I could be like in the classroom the whole afternoon and have everyone's attention, like. Just so upset. Like genuinely.
No, oh my god,
that
just sparked a memory in me. I remember, and this is actually mortifying because I think I was honestly maybe in like third or fourth year. I wasn't even pure young, but I remember.
Oh my god.
I remember like wanting to be heartbroken.
She watched Bridget Jones one too many times.
Like I wanted the attention of being heartbroken. Like I've been dumb.
You've watched a music
Dude, it's
video
so
where they're
funny.
like looking out the rainy window and you're like,
when you
I want that for
actually
myself.
then as an adult go through heartbreak, you're like, why the fuck did I want that?
Romanticising having your heart broken.
Right, and before I forget, see, we're talking about VLs. Mm-hmm. How was your VL broken? Because mine was literally a whole party. When I say maybe 40 people surrounding it, and it was horrible.
My VL was broken after Friday night fun night at the swimming. He tasted of hot dogs. No, you got the free hot dogs. It wasn't a good experience, to be honest. Like I was already kind of nauseous from having too much chlorine up my nose. He had hot dog breath. It wasn't a good time, to be completely honest. And then the second time I was like, it's going to be so much better because I had a boyfriend and he was a bit older. And when I say, like, I was still probably like 12 or 13. But I had a boyfriend.
He was a bit older.
No, it was like, when I say older, he was like 13 or 14. So he was like a year older than me. Went to a different school. Very exotic. Very exotic. And he used to come in for me. This was back in the days when my mum used to like, I used to come in at night and she would literally like fucking smell my breath and smell my fingers to make sure I hadn't been smoking and all that. Like brutal.
Oh my god. Sorry, carry on. I'm just going to write this in my notes. I'm going to tell you a story that's just a really good story. It's just come into my head. You're going to find this so funny.
But no, this was my second experience of like having a kiss, and he stunk of smoke because he smoked.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Fag
my first few times weren't very good. I think my first good experience of like a proper kiss was on holiday. With
Same actually.
Yeah, with like a
wee
holiday
summer
romance. Yeah.
Right.
That was the first time, and again I think I was 13, that a boy like kissed me but like held my face like in the movies, and I remember at the time while mid kiss
gushing.
No. Fuck off. 13 gushing the floodgates. No, literally.
She slid home like a slug.
No, but I do remember, like, know how like in movies and like you like when you're younger as well, you're analysing everything to do with that. And it was the first time a boy had like grabbed my face like when he was kissing me, and I remember mid kiss he grabbed my face and I was like, ding, 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 it's happening. I'm in love. I'm an adult.
I'm definitely straight.
I'm definitely pregnant.
Right, can I tell you this
Definitely
story?
straight.
This has got nothing to do with Valentine's Day, right? But if I don't tell you now, I never will.
Oh my God.
So I grew up in a house with 3 older brothers, right? All actually like Liam being 5 years older, 6 years, and then 7 years. So all quite older than me. Me and Liam we were once, I don't even know if I've told you this, so this is really good if I've not. So Sean had his own room. That's my oldest brother. I had my own room, and Ben and Liam shared a room. So they had bunk beds, and like under the bunk beds it was desks. Do you know that way? And do you know the desks that you would have had? It's like these storage drawers, but they're clear and grey.
Yeah,
Everyone used to have like,
no, I
boy,
know
and have
exactly what you're
stationery and
talking
shit in
about.
them, right? So me and Liam
Like the ones that pulled out.
Yeah, me and Liam used to play games when we were younger all the time, right? Like stupid shit, like first one, to point out something red, and then you say it, right? So we were playing this game for ages, right? And then Liam I go, right, first one to see something blue, right? Bearing in mind, at this time, Ben and Sean were probably like maybe 12 or 13. We must have been quite young, right? So the oldest boys would have been like just in high school, early high school. And Liam went, so it was find something blue, and Liam pulled out a packet out of the thing of Mayfair.
Oh my God.
So that was how like Ben got, no, Liam found something. It's fags. So then Ben got into hundreds of trouble because we found fags in his room.
Yous were sniffing.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure as well, you know what my mum's like with cigarettes? She's like pure hates fags for the
Same
life
as
of
my
her.
mum. Same as my mum.
And do you know Ben now, one of my brothers smokes with his left hand instead of his right, because my mum would always smell his right. He still smokes with his
My
left
mum used to
hand.
do that literally from the ages of like 12 right up until no, like literally like for years she used to like, let me smell your breath, let me smell your fingers, and I was just never one for
I didn't
smoking
smoke
ever.
fags.
I mean, I was a theatre kid. I needed the voice.
Yeah,
okay, there was nothing that was
literally.
going to take away from.
Yeah, I think for me, do you know what actually I will say though, there was one night I went to a gaff. I must have been 16, and I went with people that I worked in Pandemonium with, so they were all older than me. They were in their 20s. And I went to this gaff, and I remember it was before I went to Blackpool with Gran, so the day before, and I remember sitting on that bus about to fucking drive to Blackpool, and the night before I'd been chain smoking fags. And I've never, honestly, because I wasn't like a fags. I've actually, honest hand on my heart, never touched a fag since that night. But I was like 15, and I genuinely was chain smoking. See, the next day the bus driver was smoking a fag, and I could smell it, and it was genuinely made me want to die. And ever since, it's like put me off.
No, I
was sitting there
had
pure
like
in-
tried it very, very young. I don't even think I've ever told my mum this, and she'll watch. But I remember like deciding that I wanted to try it, but knowing full well that my fingers and that were going to get sniffed. So I just got my friends to hold it up.
Finger was going to get sniffed.
Literally. So I mean, thank fuck I was straight and I wasn't out there fingering the lassies at that age. Do you know what I mean? Coming in, mum's like, smell your fingers. Like, do you know what I mean? But literally, can you imagine? I was like, can you imagine? I was a wee lesbian out trying to explore the world. Like, no chance. My mum would be like, I give a whiff. Literally, that's what she used to do all the time. So when I decided I wanted to try a cigarette, I got my friend to hold it to my mouth, and then I was like,
Sorry, I remember over that. That was really funny. Like I wasn't out there fingering birds.
it's just as well. This is what I think of, because she used to smell John's finger, and so I was going to say she used to smell my brother's fingers as well, but then he was straight, but he definitely wasn't getting any action, so it was safe. It was safe.
Oh, that was so. This episode's literally going to be called Fags Fingering, Fags Fingering, and Valentine's Day.
ChatGPT roasts. We actually, Jade sprung this on me a second before we got out the car, but she had an idea for a new wee segment on here, and we don't have a name for the segment because
it's more just like debates. I think me and Lorri, it's funny because me and Lorri probably a lot of the time do agree on things, but sometimes we don't. And I think a wee debate would be
right. This is going to sound so fucked up.
This morning debates when I'm getting ready.
This is going to sound fucked up, right? But I need you to be so truthful.
Okay.
Do you secretly kind of like it when we don't agree?
Yeah.
Me too. I love it.
Because it's
you're
a really fiery debate.
Exactly.
And we also
And do you know
can't
what I
get
love?
a word in edgeways.
Yeah, I love it because we are both so passionate about what we think, but also, and like, I feel like we get so passionate, but then I also feel like you're the only person that I could full on have an argument with, but then like walk out hand in hand. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like fulfilling.
Okay, debate for today It's going to be...
We actually don't know if it's going to be a debate yet. We
Yeah.
don't know whether we're going to agree or not.
Okay, so the debate is, should influencers or people high up in the public eye, is that what you say? Public eye? Disclose their plastic surgery.
Right, first of all, so that we've got like a bit of... So when you say influencers public eye, like what are we talking?
We're talking like influencer.
What sort of influencer? How many followers have they got?
Like thousands. I think if they've got like a very high reach.
I think it depends what they're influencing about as well. I mean, I've got nearly 100k, but I don't think it's my responsibility. I mean, I do disclose that I have like lip filler and Botox. I disclose that, but I don't feel like it's my responsibility to do that.
Let's put it on to, right.
Do you say yes or no, first of all?
No.
Okay.
I'm actually torn.
I kind of think yes, but I also have slight bits of no.
I've got an example of what we can go off of, right? So obviously everyone, we are Molly May stands here, completely
Obsessed
with her, right? And I was listening to a podcast recently and they were talking about this, and obviously there's the whole, after she got pregnant, people said her body changed, her bum looked bigger. Personally, where I stand when it's Molly May, right? Where I stand is, leave her alone. Who gives a fuck? Right?
Only when it's our Molly.
No, but honestly, on like a stand, if it wasn't her, I just, as this example.
Have you seen that video from years ago? Sorry. The viral video of like Chris Crawford or something. He's like, leave Britney alone.
No.
Stop. Have you not seen this?
No.
Right, it's fucking the funniest video. It's this guy, and he is on camera sobbing like in the height of Britney Spears' downfall. Like Chris Crocker, I think his name was. Google it, you guys, you will not be disappointed. Chris Crocker, leave Britney alone. Right, I'm going to show you it when we finish up. But that, just when you were like, leave Molly alone, it was giving me like,
it's giving you that vibe.
Giving me.
That's actually what was I saying?
You think when it comes to her, like, leave her alone?
Yeah. leave Molly alone. So with I heard them discussing it on the podcast. So obviously Molly had Bambi, and then she, like, people, first of all, bodies change after you have babies. Your hips can be wider, blah blah blah. And then I was like, but even if she has done something, right, people's argument is like, if she's influencing young girls, she should tiny. But I'm like, it is also her body, and see if it's treatment, see if it's lipo, see if it's... I personally didn't think she'd had anything done, but I do think it is one of the things, like, why should you? But she also did the whole unfillered her whole face.
I don't think, like, I mean, I could be wrong. If she's had work done, I think it's very good work, because I think we've seen her body naturally change as she got pregnant and then lost the baby weight. Yeah. And people are obviously...
feel like...
people feel entitled
to know because she's on
it's
that
hard
platform.
Because I feel like I don't really have a kind of black or white answer to that question, because I feel like if you are, for example, a beauty influencer on Instagram and you have hundreds of thousands of followers and you are promoting a certain look or a certain lifestyle that you are hoping that young girls want to find like attainable or like aspirational is probably the word, then I think it's only morally correct that you are saying, well, if you want to be like me, I mean, you're quite happy telling them to buy the clothes that you're promoting. Yeah. So why not tell them what everything else that's gone into looking like you? Yeah. And just be open and honest about it. However, on the flip side of that, I do still believe that regardless of a following or anything like that,
you've got the right
people
to privacy.
Are not entitled to know everything about you. Like, and that's 100%. Just it is a kind of double-sided coin, because I think just the whole thing of like influencing in general, you know how much I just don't like that word at all. No. Like, we've went to PR things before, like where we've had invites and people be like, oh, use the influencers, and I genuinely want to fucking die because I'm so uncomfortable with that word, because I just think it's such a dangerous Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
know.
Like, you would never call yourself an influencer.
But I wouldn't even now. Like when I used to do stuff with brands, I wouldn't even of them. But I definitely don't now. I
No, but
literally
like even
stayed clear
the
of
height
that.
of when you were doing all that, you were doing like weekly shoots. You still, when you had management, you still wouldn't have been like, I'm an influencer.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Content creator, I'm fine
Yeah.
with. Like, what is it?
I
They
think
roasted you for saying
What?
digital creator, like all of that sort of stuff. If you're making an income, like we are making income from our online presence, right? I'm more than happy with referring to myself as a content creator because that is how I make money, right?
Yeah.
But referring to yourself as an influencer, I just think has got a darker side because
think,
you're relying on people falling under your influence,
think-
whether that be positively or negatively.
Yeah, I
for
think
profit.
like for me at the time, I was getting to do I was getting clothes, which was ideal, obviously, and I loved it. But I do think there is a side. There's so many. I met like loads of friends when I was with that thing, and I was like very like, please don't take this wrong, I was very micro. It was very small things, but it was like that was the kind of work that people were looking for because it was like the smaller
100%.
and more engagement, they would say. But see, I don't know, I just never really felt comfortable going to events. I just thought I felt it was just, and like, not even that like people are, but it just feels like a judgy environment. And I remember being like, I just didn't enjoy
You don't really
it.
want to be in a room where the most valuable thing about
As
you is how many
followers,
followers
yeah,
you've got. That
100%.
gives me the ick.
Because I'm such a like believer as well, and like I literally see anyone, I genuinely think you need to even like see if you were to meet certain. I was talking about this recently. See if you were to meet, now as people meet like certain like Love Islanders or blah blah. I wouldn't go up to a Love Islander and ask for a photo. Would you?
No, absolutely not. It's kind of cringe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or even someone that's not like Beyonce, right? Like,
No, honestly,
I don't even know if I would either.
Jade, if we walk out here and Taylor Swift is in the G4 office, I'd walk by her like literally with my head down, and I've got a fucking tattoo of the girl. Like I just don't see myself ever being in a position where I would approach anybody and ask for a photo because I'm just like, you are a normal person when you're not doing your job. If I was to come to your concert and do a meet and greet, best believe I'd want a photo.
Yeah.
But if I see you out and about living your life,
yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Because I just think as well, like I do believe that like and when you're in the rooms with people, and it is like someone's got more followers, but see really when that's all ripped away, we're all humans, we're all on the same earth. Nobody is better than someone else because of their following. I think it can be, I don't know, I feel like you could get wrapped up in it very easily.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't get me wrong, I think
And I also think
influencing
it's
in social
important to
media
say-
is a great job opportunity.
And also, I don't want to sit here like holding now as if I don't give a fuck about followers. That is so not true. Like I'm so close to hitting 100k. I'm like nearly, I'm like
because
1,000 off.
Because it also relates
and I'm
to
so
money.
excited because it relates to me making money, but also that's a huge milestone for me. Like as a 37-year-old mum of two, to have been able to build this platform where I am able to make money and I've got this really nice community. And when you see the numbers go up, it is really fulfilling because it's like, oh wow, these people have actually seen me and thought, I'm going to click on that because I want to know more or I want to see more. And that's a really nice feeling. So for me to say I don't care about followers isn't true, because obviously it is lovely to have the followers, but I wouldn't want to be known or to be judged for my follow. I would want people to judge me for who I am outside of.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. That's what I was trying to say when I was saying about going to these things. I just felt like it was then you weren't you were just the person with how many followers, and it's like there's so much more. And I even view people like that now. Seeing you view people that are pure big, you're like, I wonder what they're actually like as people.
Yeah, even like I went to an invite. It was like a restaurant invite. And I was sat at a table with some other foodie creators who were
the Bianca
all...
Diorama one?
No.
Oh.
I was sat at a table with some other foodie creators and they were all big on Instagram, which I think is like a lot of foodie creators obviously started there, so they have like more of a following there. Whereas I've never really bothered with Instagram, to be honest. Like through lockdown I did, and then obviously my account got since my account get what's the word?
A warning.
No, remember my account that I had through lockdown got hacked.
Oh,
Since my account got hacked on Instagram, I
You just
kind of
don't
like
bother.
I just don't bother because I was like, that was
I think
just too easy.
TikTok is just more of a like, see the platform that you can reach people that don't follow you. Instagram's kind of lost that.
Yeah. So I happened to be at this table and I was the only one with like a kind of significant TikTok following, but I don't have a significant Instagram following. But it was so uncomfortable for me because they were going around the table and they were talking about followers. And then
What?
like at this, so they were talking about followers, and then one of them was like, "Oh, what's your handle?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not really on Instagram, but I'm on TikTok. It's What Lorri Eats." And they looked it up, and then they literally turned my phone around, and they were like, "Oh my god!" and like about my followers.
Why have you never told me that?
And I was mortified because I mean it's obviously not
yeah, I
a
would
thing
wanted
really
to know.
but I wanted to know, but I was just like icky because it's like you've not asked me where I'm from, you've not asked me what I
it's
do,
just
you've not asked me.
that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you've not asked me anything, but you're now showing the table.
There's a thing as well. See, if you were to just instantly, this is the other thing that I think. See, if you were to instantly do well, like all of a sudden, like your followers grew out of nowhere. You were doing it as a full-time job. The amount of people you'd hear from that weren't interested when you weren't.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
But right, we better plod on and cut to this dilemma and then wrap up.
Yeah, so we actually have we've got a dilemma for this week, but we've also got a wee update on last week's dilemma.
Are we allowed to say the update?
Yes, so we're going to quickly do this week's dilemma, but before we get into it, we actually have
Dilemmas.
pop
Do
off.
you want to make a jingle?
Dilemmas. We can't just keep saying dilemmas.
Dilemmas. with
D
Jade.
is for dough. I is for I have a question. L is for Lorri and Jade. Help me.
I licked her tit or whatever. Do you remember that?
Love Island.
Yeah.
We're
licked
cutting
her
all
tit
of
or
this
whatever.
out.
Right, okay.
Right,
So,
we have an update on last week's dilemma.
and another new dilemma.
So the update on last week's, obviously, do we remember we had
The cheating school mum.
cheating school mum, and we had asked for a bit more information prior to the episode, but the viewer didn't get back to us, but she did get back to us after we made last week's episode with kind of not only more information but a bit of an update, and it is quite juicy. So we kind of got the
Tell
wrong
me.
end of the stick, right? So I can't remember the names we used, so let's just say like mum
Okay.
1, right? Mum
Right.
2, mum 3, right? So our viewer is mum 1, and she is friends with mum 2 and mum 3. Okay, now mum 2 and mum 3 were on a night out with their partners.
Yeah, what, like a double date?
No, sorry, I don't think the cheater has a partner, but they were on a night out.
Okay.
And mum 2 had the partner there, mum 3
Yeah.
didn't. And mum 2's partner and mum 3 made their way over to wherever and done bits.
On that night out?
Yeah, with the partner there.
Bye.
Yeah. So this was not known about until the kind of cheater, as in the one that cheated, went to the viewer that sent in the dilemma and said, I done this on this night out with her husband.
Yeah.
So our viewer was like, oh my God, don't know what to do about it. And told another mum because she was like, should I tell them this? So it turns out when our viewer went to this other mum then came back to the viewer with a lot of information about cheating mum. Basically so our viewer is like friendly with cheating mum. So obviously the other mums hadn't told our viewer this, but the other mum apparently is like quite dodgy. She has like 5 different Instagrams, but nobody's got access to them. So they think she might be like plugging OnlyFans and stuff, right?
What the fuck?
And basically the whole question was, should they confront her? But it turns out she was confronted by some other parents, and she's basically said that she didn't really have a really recollection of it, and then she said, no, I feel really bad, blah 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 blah. Then she turned up at this couple's house to take their child to school, like all sorts of fucked up, and then the other parents were all kicking up about it because the initial woman still doesn't know that this has happened.
She still doesn't know.
And now the latest is this woman apparently now is moving.
What, the cheater one?
The cheater apparently is like turned up at school and
No
said,
wonder.
I'm leaving town.
What the hell?
Drama.
I know.
Honestly, I need to, like, this is where I miss out because my boy goes to an ASN school. Like, we've got a primary one group chat, but obviously I need to be down in the playground.
Just do a John and show up and stand outside the playground.
Lorri, you're a beast.
Right. Okay, let's move on to another dilemma. This one was actually emailed in, so
I actually love that because whenever I get an email, I'm
I
like,
feel
oh.
like the emails, though, because see if I was in a dilemma somewhere, I would make a fake email and send it through that. Just
Do you think
to
that was
be
a fake
safe.
email?
I don't know.
I didn't actually look at the email address, but I do get
just think
excited
that's what
when
I
we
would
see an
do.
email
Like, I
that
would
isn't junk.
message on Instagram if it's something I didn't want
Yeah,
someone to know.
most of our stuff is through Instagram, so we should actually get
More
a
email.
phone number, I think.
Oh my god, I
we
know.
should maybe get like a phone
a
number.
burner phone.
Yeah, because the emails, obviously, there's been stuff that went to junk before as well that we've not seen.
Yeah.
And I don't check the email religiously either. It's on my
No.
phone, but I don't refresh it.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
You ready? Hi girls, love the pod. Me and my fiance have been together for 6 years and we have 2 kids. Everything about our relationship is perfect except from his mum's constant interference. She is on the phone easily 3 times a day over the silliest things, and I struggle to deal with her alongside dealing with my 2 small kids. My fiance isn't really comfortable discussing it or setting boundaries with his mum. Oh, but I feel like our life is sometimes dictated by her when we are both adults with our own family now. I get on well with her, don't get me wrong, but I'm struggling with not feeling heard when it comes to my boyfriend needing to please her always needing to have tabs on us. So this is like your classic boy mum dilemma.
I
luckily-
resent that. I am a boy mum.
Yeah, not even boy, but like mummy's boy.
Mummy's boy,
Or
yeah.
like boy
That's
mum.
what it is.
Not like boy mum as in like you've got sons, like boy mum as in when they're overbearing. I'm really lucky I don't have that. I get on really well with Ewan's mum and she's never ever, like she's such a,
She doesn't, like,
she's
overstep
such a
the
hands-on
line.
mum in terms of she loves her children and thingy, but like she does leave things to us to
Mm-hmm.
deal with, so. But that must be brutal, especially if it's constant, especially if you've got 2 kids, because I can imagine your hands are already super full and sometimes you're just, I think it's maybe like grandparents as well, they just want to be pure involved, especially if you've had their kids.
But you know what? I just couldn't hack that. I just think if you're at a point now where you've got your own family, do you know what I mean? You've been together a while, you've got your own children, and I'm such, well, I don't need to tell you, you're my cousin, but I'm such a family girl.
Yeah.
But I also think that you've got your
need to have
extended family,
boundaries.
and then you've got your family within your own home, and that needs to be prioritized, like your
Yeah.
home unit. So if you're constantly getting somebody from the outside like chirping away or with opinions, or you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and then also for your, was it husband or fiance?
Fiance.
For to have kind of your fiance's ear and you kind of don't always feel backed up. That's
I think
hard.
as well though, see in these situations, I don't really think it, see if you should be able to like relay that to your fiance and be like this is just a bit much.
I think it is hard,
And
especially
he
for
should-
boys to stand up to their mums. We've had dilemmas like this before where it's like, why is my man not able to tell his mom no? Like, and I just would hate, like, but I think like it goes both ways, because like the boyfriend, the fiance obviously needs to be taken
Like, but the
responsibility,
way I see
but
it, see
at
if
the
it
same
was-
time the mum has to just back off. Like,
see if my mum was like pure overbearing and you said to me like, Jade, like I would be like, mum, lay off.
But I do think like females are probably more comfortable with setting boundaries than males are, especially with their mums.
Yeah.
So it is hard, but I also think like maybe go down. I mean, I'm lucky as well. Like my in-laws are not like that at all, but I also know that I know my husband well enough to know that if he wasn't saying something, it would take just for me to go, if you don't address this, I'm going to, and he'd shit himself and he would address it because he knows he's going to address it better than me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
I know not everybody's probably as aggressive as that.
Yeah.
But I do think like if it's affecting your day-to-day life, then you deserve peace. Do you know what I mean?
And I think as well, if you've got 2 kids, like it's
And she
very-
said she gets on with her, so it's not even like,
so it's difficult. It's just she's probably views
but it's
it
not
as,
her
like,
responsibility to say to his mum either. Do you know what I mean?
I
It's
think
like,
maybe as well, see like a boy, like a guy's mum that's now their partners had a baby, they probably want to constantly be involved because it's their grandkids, but she still will be, obviously, especially if you're close. It just means like you don't need to, like 3 times phone a day is excessive. Like that is, you would just be like 1 phone call even a night, or even every 2 days. Like I just think it is thinking a lot, but I think definitely speak to your partner about it if it's still bothering you, and say to him like, this is not my boundary to set, it's yours, it's your mum.
Yeah, 100%. Because like set it if it needs to be set, but like we both said, it's not your responsibility.
No, it's not.
Because at the end of the day, you wouldn't expect your partner to speak to your mum on your behalf.
Exactly.
So
Very true.
maybe can I put that to your partner in that way?
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully that helps.
I hope that helps. That's us.
I feel like we actually had so much Valentine's stuff that we never spoke about, but we've went over because we've just talked so much shit. But
usual.
hopefully you enjoyed.
Hope you enjoyed your
We'll be
Valentine's
back.
Day, whatever you get up to, and please make sure to follow us
Valentines.
on Instagram to get involved with like polls and dilemmas. You can also email us at relativelyblondepod@gmail.com. I'll put it in the bio and then follow us on our socials. Yeah. I hope you have a lovely day.
Do not forget tomorrow, steak and blowjob day.
Steak and blowjob day. Bye. Love you.
Tonight we're running on the right track.